.72, but has pitched much better than that. One of the greatest pitchers, certainly one of the greatest left-handers ever to wear a White Sox uniform. And if indeed it might be the last one that Burley ever throws here on the South Side, he will certainly be missed by this franchise and by all of its fans. So that'll do it for White Sox warm-up today. For all of us here at WGN, thanks for watching and enjoy the game that we hope is coming your way next. The Royals and the White Sox right here on WGN.
From the city beautiful Chicago, Illinois, WGN Sports presents White Sox baseball. It's Paul Konerko, A.J. Pierzynski, Gavin Floyd and the Sox as they get set to butt heads with Billy Butler and the feisty Kansas City Royals. Hi, everybody, and welcome. I'm Ken Harrelson along with Steve Stone as we get set to bring you the finale of this three-game set, and it will be the rubber match. Kansas City won the opener 11-1 behind 18 hits, and last night Sox won at 6-3 behind Johnny Danks. So the Sox now 3 games back of Cleveland in the race for second place, and this afternoon, Gavin Floyd.
Gavin Floyd is 12-12, and he'd love to finish above 500, but he's had some problems lifetime with these Kansas City Royals. Gavin takes a page out of the book of John Danks last night. He'll realize getting ahead early, being aggressive, that's what Johnny Danks did, and that's what got him the win. Hopefully he'll be able to do that today. Luis Mendoza goes to the mound for Kansas City. He's 1-0 this year. This is a guy who's always had good luck in AAA. He's come to the major leagues now for the 5th time, hoping this time to stick. So he throws the ball pretty well. The fastball tops out about 93, 94. We'll see how he does today. You'd love to beat him one last time.
All right, sit back, relax, and strap it down. White Sox baseball coming your way.
by Xfinity only from Comcast. It's an overcast day. It was raining most of the morning, but there will be baseball. And let's take a look at how Ned Yost is going to line up his Kansas City Royals. Gerard Dyson leads it off. Then it's Cabrera, who's had just a great year with Butler, Hosmer, Perez, Moustakas, Kane, Getz, and Alcides Escobar playing shortstop and hitting ninth. The defense and how they'll line up behind Gavin Floyd, left to right, Pierre Rios and Piazza in the infield. Morel, who's had just a great September, along with Ramirez, Beckham, and Konerko. A.J. Pierzynski gets a nod behind the plate. And Gavin Floyd looking for win number 13 on the hill. This is his 30th start, his ERA just under 4.5. So the field looks in very good shape. And we're going to start on time. We're ready for baseball, and I'm ready to turn it over to my play-by-play partner, Ken Harrelson.
All right, Steve, thank you very much. And once again, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to White Sox baseball right here with WGN Sports. So happy you could join us for the finale of this three-game set. And it will be the rubber match. Royals come in hitting at .275 as a club with a 4.47 team ERA. And Gavin Floyd ready to Jared Dyson. First pitch of the ball game. And is taken for a strike. Dyson has not seen much action last year in a short time with the Royals. Hit .211 with a homer and drove in 5. But he can run. 21 to count.
You want to make sure that he hits his way on, but you also want to make sure you take the bunt away. With that in mind, Morel's in very close at third.
Now field swung around to the left slightly, spread out. This is the final meeting of the year between these two teams. In the first 17 games, Kansas City has won 10 of them. Fouled away to even the count at 2. And here at beautiful US Cellular Field, 330 down the left field line, 335 down the right field line, 375 in the gaps, and 400 straightaway center. Jazz got a piece of that one.
The umpires for the game today: Jerry Meals behind the plate, C.B. Buckner is at first, Dan Iasoni is at second, and Manny Gonzalez is at third.
So the big 6'6" right-hander. Another foul ball. And some scores of note for you. Yankees leading the Red Sox 4-0, bottom of the third in the Bronx. Tampa Bay leading Toronto 2-1, bottom of the second down in St. Pete.
Tim Wakefield has really struggled the second half of the year.
And a full count.
Wakefield is a man that finds himself trailing 4-0.
Payoff pitch. Three-two breaking ball. Misses.
Yeah, you can't really do that to this guy with Dyson. Throw him a fastball down the middle and say, how far can you hit it? Last thing you want to do is walk it.
So here's Cabrera, a Sox killer, hitting at .306, 18 homers and 87 knocked in. This guy's just beat our brains out since he has been in this league. And there's ball one.
A couple of different years, Dyson swiped 39 and 37 bases.
Cabrera this year hitting .382 against us with 3 homers and 13 knocked in. Lifetime .342. With 9 homers and 32 driven in. Cabrera 3 for 8 in the series with 3 RBIs. Close. Royals have 148 stolen bases. 68 more than we do. That evens a count at 1. Starting tomorrow, then Tuesday and Wednesday, the final 3 games of the season against the Toronto Blue Jays and Jose Bautista. And Mark Burley will be on the bump on Tuesday. Tomorrow, Axelrod and Umber on Wednesday. So a very slow start to the opening of this ball game. Long set. Got a good pitch to hit. Maybe that long set took him off his routine a little bit.
Mark Burley. Tuesday night.
Might be the last start he ever has in a Sox uniform. I hope not, but it might be. He has been some kind of asset to this organization for a long time. Pretty good breaking ball there.
Well, he didn't swing at it, but he didn't have to because that ball had most of the plate. Jerry Meals on the call.
So they had him struck out and didn't get it. We've already had a lot of foul balls and just these 2 hitters.
Well, you never know how aggressive Ned Yost is going to be, but I do know that this is a good pitch to run.
And another foul ball. And today, other action will show Atlanta at Washington. Atlanta still trying to hold on over St. Louis for that National League wild card spot, while St. Louis is hosting the Cubs. Cubs hitting in the top of the first.
And a pretty big story that not a lot of people are talking about are the Washington Nationals. They've quietly put together a very solid season.
All right, get over there, Gav. And rack him up. Nice. 3-6-1.
We've had 3 of those in the last week, and you usually don't see many of those during the course of a year. The most difficult double play to turn is a 3-6-1 because the pitcher has got to get to the bag, locate the bag, and then look for the return throw, all while avoiding the base runner, which he did. Nice job, boys.
Here's Billy Butler, the 25-year-old DH, .299 lifetime hitter, in 5 years in the big leagues. Hitting .291 this year with 19 homers and 93 knocked in. Takes up high. That Boston Yankee game 4-1 now. Red Sox still hitting in the top of the fourth. So that ball hits the mound, kicks over a little bit right, just enough for Beckham to make the play, and that'll retire the side. So he pitches over the leadoff walk after a half inning play. It's Kansas City nothing, and our guys coming to bat.
So now they'll line up behind Luis Mendoza, Cabrera, Dyson, and Kane left to right. Busakis, Escobar, Getz, and Hosmer in the infield. Salvador Perez behind the plate, and Luis Mendoza. Those are his numbers at Omaha. Had a very good year once again. He's had some great years in AAA. He's had 4 shots at the major leagues. Hasn't taken yet, but he's still young enough where he could be a factor.
And before we show you our picks to click, you at home select yours as Juan Pierre takes first pitch strike from Mendoza. He's a big guy. 6'3", 247 pounds. Little slap bunt, Butcher Boy. And the count 0-2. Sox come in at 2.53 for the club with a 4.15 team ERA. Sox are going to finish with a better road record than home record by far. 43-38 on the road, 34-43 at home. As there's a base hit, just flares it out there into left field. Well, a good way to start.
See, Perez wanted this ball on the ground. And with an 0-2 count, the last thing you want to do is put a contact hitter in a situation where he gets a swing at something even close to a strike.
So here's Alexei at 267, 15 homers, 69 driven in. Alexei 0 for 6 in the series. Mendoza's one victory in his first start was against the Tigers. 7 innings, giving up 1 earned run. Kansas City won the ball game 10-2. Big gap out there in right center. Huge gap. And with Lorenzo Kane in right, I'm going to miss watching Jeff Francoeur play today. He is fun to watch out there in right field. Plays the shallowest of any right fielder you'll ever see. And that's a little high neck in, so the count 2-0.
I think Juan was going back to the bag at first base, and he didn't see Perez as he spun around. Juan was thinking that Perez was going to throw to first, which he does quite often. But as he spun around, the ball actually was thrown behind it.
Pretty good lead. Three the count. Paulie on deck.
Mendoza originally signed with the Boston Red Sox back in 2000. Had a couple of very good years in the minor leagues. In 07, 15-4 at Frisco. Got the big leagues with Texas and now Kansas City.
So strike one. Royals, one of the most fun teams to watch in the American League. Talking about their offense, their defense, the way they position themselves.
And their speed.
And they can run as there goes one.
What a throw. This guy, Salvador Perez, can get it down there in a hurry.
So one out and a full count.
One got a pretty good jump and still was gunned down by plenty. Even Bobby Bertucci's in the booth said that he was out.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did.
With Bertucci, umpire's always wrong. But he's a handsome man. As that's out number 2. So 2 out. Let's check out our picks to click. The man's yard director and the crew, they went with Beckham. Steve's going with Adam Dunn and J.J. Shearer and his son Tim and all the great folks at Ditka's downtown and in Oak Brook. Ed Fernandez, George, and everybody. We're going to go with A.J. Paulie hitting at .299, 31 homers, 104 driven in. Takes first pitch strike. What a year he has had. Here's a man that best hitter on this ball club, has had no protection all year long, still has 31 homers and 104. And the count 0-2. That's hard to do.
That's exceptional to do. I'd like to see him get his batting average up over 300, though. I know that's something that he would take a great deal of pride in.
Well, I saw him one year going for the home run championship last series in Minnesota. We were out of it. Man on second, nobody out, and he still got him over with a ground ball to right.
Pretty good. But he's always understood how to play the game. And that's how you play the game.
I will never forget that. That's really the defining moment. I always liked Paulie, but that's when he became one of my favorite players. I told him after the game, I said, "You're a better man than me. I couldn't have done it."
I couldn't have done it either because I couldn't have made contact, but you guys could. The fact that he did is a testament to him.
That is foul, so the count hangs at 1-2. There's that knit hat that we showed you yesterday.
Coming in handy today because the rain is still falling ever so slightly.
Good try by Mendoza, and the count evens at 2.
That's a good look, but I think on Jim Angio that hat would be something special.
If you can put it on Jim Angio's head, you get a scoop. And that is it after 1-0 score. To love it. Prices and participation may vary. For a limited time, a la carte only. Eric Hosmer, fabulous looking 21-year-old player. This guy is going to be the big numbers guy for Kansas City for a long time. Comes in hitting at 300, 19 homers, 77 driven in, 27 doubles, 3 triples. He's just 21 years old. And the count 2-0. Got as much plate coverage as anybody in baseball. This Royal team has 3 outfielders with 40-plus doubles. No major league team has ever done that. And you got Alex Gordon in left, Cabrera in center, and you got Frank Crew in right. Best outfield in baseball defensively. And they can hit a little bit too. There's the strike with a curveball, and the count evens at 2.
Well, Billy Butler also has 41 doubles, and you know next year Eric Hosmer is going to have over 40 doubles.
There's a curveball, beats it into the ground. Nice feed by Paulie, and 1 out. Well, as we've been discussing throughout, even spring training, we were talking about Kansas City winning. For them only to have won 69 games, it's a mystery to me, even with the pitching they had, because they're better than that.
Well, that's been the big problem, and that has been the starting rotation, which has put a lot of pressure on what normally would be a pretty good bullpen.
Well, usually that puts pressure on your offense. As a rule, one of the rules in baseball, you're only as good as your pitching staff. The offense is only as good as its pitching staff. But that has not been the case. These guys can flat out hit.
This is a guy that was not there at the beginning, who's there now, and he looks like another one of the youngsters from their system who can really swing the bat.
21 years old. The oldest guy in this lineup is 27. Salvador Perez out of Valencia, Venezuela. Small little town in the interior from Caracas. You got to go through the mountains, and that is a trip in itself. That's an experience. A taxi.
Why don't you take a limo?
It's not you. Limo's too big. You can't get a limo on that road. You got to take a small taxi. He gone. The old equalizer.
Gavin has started to cut that fastball. If he wants to make it break a little bigger, it becomes a slider. If not, it becomes a cutter. And that's the one real improvement in his game over the last couple of years that he really never had as a #1 draft choice with the Philadelphia Phillies.
Here's Moustakas. He's starting to get his act together. Another guy that can hit. Takes strike 1. He's 23. Yeah, but you go through those mountains from Caracas to Valencia. There's not 5 yards that goes by that you don't see a white cross on the side of the road. Then if you look on the other side, you can't see the ground because it's straight down. And the guy's going about 75 or 80.
Sounds like a good time to me.
It'll get your attention. You better wear your cup, I'll tell you that. Fouls that back. Had 3 great years down there. First year playing in Valencia and the next 2 in Caracas. It was a lot of fun. The rain starts to come down a little harder now. Two and two the count. And this coming straight now. That's not a good sign. That ball's hit hard, but foul. Watch out.
There's another one rifled in the stands.
Moustakas had a strange year with us, against us, I should say. Started off 0 for 34. Since then, we hadn't gotten him out. And another foul ball. No score, top of the second if you're just tuning in. Final game of the series, the rubber match. After today, 3 more with the Toronto Blue Jays.
The Blue Jays and their high-powered offense come to town.
Another year or two, there won't be an offense in this league better than Kansas City's if they keep it.
They'll have to give up a few.
That's foul back. Outfield straight up, spread out. He gone. Yes. And that'll retire the side after an inning and a half, no score. Information, so log on to www.wgntv.com and enter the game zone, brought to you by Connie's Pizza. Now you can park at Connie's on Archer Avenue and take their free shuttle to each game, so call 312-CONNIES for more information. Pierzynski, Rios, and Dunn here in the bottom of the second against Luis Mendoza. 6'3", 247-pound right-hander. AJ at 287, 8 homers and 47 knocked in. He's faced Mendoza 7 times, has 3 hits, good grip right there, but the ball was moving in on his fist.
Mendoza's stuff is good enough to pitch in the major leagues. But for whatever reason, every shot he's gotten hasn't worked out well for him.
Well, it tells you one thing: control. There have been a lot of guys, as you have seen and I have seen in all the years we've been in this game, that have had good enough stuff to pitch in the big leagues and had no chance.
Lots.
2-2. And that's a souvenir. AJ started off slowly and then picked it up and is going to finish off having a good offensive season. That's into left center. Dyson broke back and had to come on, so 1 out. That'll bring up Rios. Hitting at .228, 13 homers and 44 knocked in. Up and in, spins him out of there. I love it when pitchers do that to Alex. Gives him that instant edge.
That's what happened in the second inning last night when he hit his 2-run homer.
Now, some guys you got to stay away from. Alex has had a tough year. There's no question about that. But when we used to go over hitters and meetings, ball hit down the third baseline with Stakas. 2 down. Some guys, don't knock them down. Don't upset them. Don't make them mad.
And there was other guys who you'd say
knock
the
them
first
down.
couple pitches inside.
That's it.
And then the outside corner is yours the rest of the day.
Oh, yeah, that's a lot of guys. We used to go with the Tigers. K-Line would come to K-Line, Al K-Line, Hall of Fame. Don't knock him down. Don't even come close to him. Don't upset him. That's not the language we were using.
It was like Frank Robinson was the same
Frank
thing.
Robinson, same way.
He was a great hitter anyway, but if you knocked him down, then you couldn't get him out. So he said, don't even bother. Although he stood right on top of the plate. You did that too. You stood right on top of the plate.
Yep. The 0-1 pitch to Dunn. And it's 0-2.
You know, I asked Frank one time, it seems like that style of standing on top of the plate, taking the outside corner away from the pitcher, if your hands are quick enough to cover the inside part, that would seem the best philosophy of hitting. Why don't more hitters do it? Because they don't like to get hit in the back a lot.
Got him. Nice pitch by Mendoza. 1-2-3 inning, and we'll go to the third. Next year's baseball season, we would greatly appreciate your input. Simply log on to your computer and take a quick survey. As a thank you, you'll have the chance to win an autographed White Sox player photo or 2 free tickets to an April or May game next season. So visit whitesox.com/survey. Lorenzo Cain, 25-year-old outfielder. Takes ball 1. Cain 2 for 8 in the series. Takes the strike.
It's like the sun is starting to fight its way through the clouds. It's kind of welcome. We haven't seen that in a bit.
You know what you're talking about, Robinson saying that guys don't like to get hit. The funny thing about it is it really, you can stand close to the plate and not get hit. It's just kind of mobility. He gone. I'll take, for example, Mickey Mantle. Right-handed stood pretty close to the plate. Left-handed stood off the plate a little bit. 17 years in the big leagues. How many times do you think he got hit?
No idea, but he had the advantage of being a switch hitter. 13, you're telling me?
13 times in 17 years. That's not very many.
No, that's not very many at all.
I think Yastrzemski was hit 40 times in 23 years, which is not very many.
Carlos Quentin gets hit 13 times every other month.
Yeah, he can do that in a week. Chris Getz hitting at 255, no homers, 26 knocked in. But some guys just can't make that adjustment to stand close to the plate. You got to make some adjustments mentally. But I can tell you this: Cooperstown is filled with guys who stood right on top of the plate.
I just think it's, if your hands are quick enough, like I say, to catch up the inside fastball, standing on top of the plate is a tremendous advantage.
Well, there's only 2 ways to shorten up your swing, and that's one of them. Your instincts will make you shorten it up.
Well, if you don't shorten it up, then you got a problem.
You're going to lose your fingernails.
Or be swinging when the ball's on the way back to the pitcher.
The 2-2 pitch. He gone. Curve ball down and in.
Gavin's got 4 strikeouts in a row. Disappearing curveball.
Oh, and Gavin stays back, and he's right. There's only one right-hander in this league with a better curveball. And he pitches for the Tigers.
Justin Verlander will be going in the first game of the series.
What you said in the pregame show holds true.
They're winning today. They were tied 3-3 with Baltimore. And I think Victor Martinez might hit a 3-run homer, but in any event, it is 6-3 Detroit over Baltimore, top of the 6th.
Breaking ball to Escobar. Tampa Bay leading Toronto 4-1. Rays hitting in the bottom of the 4th. So Rays coming in a game and a half back of the Red Sox in the race for the wild card. And the Red Sox with a doubleheader today against the Yankees. But then the Red Sox go to Baltimore to finish up the season, and the Yankees go down to St. Pete. As that ball gets away, and he's going to get to first.
He's going to get a chance to strike out 4 guys in an inning.
That's the 12th wild pitch for Gavin.
That ball bounced parallel with home plate. Hit right off the shoulder guard of AJ and bounded away. Not much of a chance to stop that one.
So here's Dyson. He walked to lead off the ball game. Got to watch Escobar. He's 25 for 32 in that category. Nothing into the count. You know, I talked with a lot of pitchers. That was one of the reasons I moved up on top of the plate. Right-handed pitchers especially. Right-handed pitchers, almost to a man, did not like to face strong right-handed hitters who stood right on top of the plate because they had to adjust, they had to tighten up their curveball. And I talked with knuckleballers. I talked with Nuxie, Phil Micro. And I asked him, I said, what kind of guys gave you the most trouble? There goes the runner. He gone. Good peg right there by A.J. So Escobar is thrown out. And we'll go to the bottom of the third. Spectacular instant game from the Illinois Lottery for your chance at over 7.6 million prizes. But hurry, because they say that the tickets, well, they're limited.
They're limited.
Yeah, I won't see how limited they are as long as they stand in line.
You're right. Limited too. This is as many as they can sell.
Piazza, Morel, and Beckham. Alejandro hitting at .319, 4 homers, 23 driven in. But I was talking to Phil Micro, Hall of Famer, and asked him what kind of guys gave you the most trouble. He said, well, contact guys, but he said, I hated to face right-handed hitters that stood on top of the plate. He said, I felt uncomfortable. I had to change my release point a little bit.
His knuckleball was really something.
Well, I faced him before he had it. He was sinker, slider, curve, and even meat. Now he's in Cooperstown.
I was going to say, that's why so many guys switched over to that one if they could throw it. Unless you can pitch till you're 80.
Yeah. All you fans who had not been watching many of the Sox games because you're out of range, Piazza, as he strikes out, Piazza has been something. He has played outstanding baseball, offensively and defensively, since being called up from Charlotte, where he led that league in hitting with 322.
3 strikeouts for Mendoza, who gave up the leadoff base hit to Pierre, who was promptly thrown out stealing, and that's been that for the Sox offense today.
Here's a man who's having himself quite a September. He's got 8 home runs this month. He's got 10 on the season. Brent Morrell. He has been covering the fastball in September.
Last 23 games, big power numbers. That's just waiting for Mendoza to miss middle in with a fastball.
For all you youngsters out there who have trouble with the curveball or the slider, don't worry about it. You don't have to hit the curveball or the slider to play in the big leagues, but you got to hit that fastball. I just got a letter the other day, which I get probably maybe between 20 and 30 of these a year, of parents. Dads who write me and say, Hawk, my son's playing Little League ball. My son, he just missed that one. High tops it up. Moustakas, 2 down. That my son's playing Little League or wherever he's playing. He said he's afraid of the ball. What can I tell him to help him out?
Play soccer.
The best thing is most big leaguers have fear. They learn how to compensate for it. They learn how to compensate for it. Because little leaguers and young players think that big leaguers are fearless. And that is not the case. I can't name you on both hands. I can't name you on one hand guys that I could tell you were completely fearless. There was a Tony Conigliaro. Jim Rice was fearless. And I'll tell you, not many more. But you have to find ways to compensate for it, and the longer you play, the more you will. I had fear at the plate. I had fear of the ball, but I wasn't afraid of who was throwing it. That's what my compensating factor was. So you can tell your sons out there, as that's in the left field, that big leaguers have fear as well. That'll retire the side, and we will go to the 4th. said. Executive director, producer, I should say, of WGN Sports, in attendance today.
And gracing us with his presence in the booth. Also, by the way, working. Which is somewhat surprising to me.
When we're winning, he's around a lot more.
Oh, we've been hot. I know we won last night. That's what
he would
brought
have
him
been here
out.
today if we hadn't won last night. Jared Dyson walked and then was on the front end of a double play. Hit into by Cabrera. Attaboy, Gavin. Nice reach back. There's Cabrera. Melky's having a terrific year, and I'm glad to see it. Went to the National League from the Yankees, went to Atlanta, did not fare well over there, and comes back with Kansas City and showing everybody what he can do. All three of their outfielders, Cabrera, Gordon, and Francoeur, all 27 years old. That's foul back.
There's Jeff Francoeur getting the day off. At least to this point.
Well, he's a good player. Hitting at .286, 20 homers, 87 driven in, 47 doubles, 4 triples, and 22 stolen bases. Well, they got a chance, though. They got some good young. I like that Danny Duffy. They say Montgomery's going to be the man.
And Hochaver is starting to figure it out.
Yeah.
They're going to have to add one top of the line pitcher. So at Bruce Chen, if he keeps going 12-8 every year, make a great number 5.
That's in the center field. 2 down. Yeah, if you can have Bruce Chen as your number 5, you get yourself pretty good staff. Hochaver's got he's coming. 28 years old now.
Well, 11-11. Not bad for a team that's sitting there just about 20 under 500 most of the season.
So here's Butler. Well, Dayton Moore's got some good people working with him. It's going to be interesting to see what they do pitching wise. A terrific owner, David Glass. One of the best baseball men in the game. A couple of them, as a matter of fact. Donnie Williams, Art Stewart, been around a long time. Two and one to count. That ball hit hard. Alex back. Yes! Hits that post and goes down, but he hangs on to it. So we'll have to see that post out there. If you hit it, it can hurt you. Let's stay with it right here, John Waldron. Now he gets up. All right. Maybe just knocked the breath out of him. But what a nice catch by Alex Rios. And we'll be back. First pitch strike to Juan Pierre, leading off here in the bottom of the fourth in a scoreless tie. One, a base hit. And there's the bunt. Mendoza going to shovel it over. Nice play. Take another look at that catch by Rios as he hits the post out there.
It kept the no-hitter intact. Ooh,
ouch.
Got a face burger for his efforts. There's the mark. Little swelling around the cheek.
So here's Alexei. Alexei had a 3-0 count, and Mendoza came back and struck him out. And that's popped up. Escobar. 2 down, and a reminder, you can join White Sox fan favorite Joe Creedy and other current and former team members at Sox Fest 2012, January 27th, 8th, and 9th at the Palmer House Hilton. Now, Sox Fest 2012 hotel packages and weekend passes are on sale right now exclusively at whitesox.com. So visit whitesox.com for more information. And that is always a tremendous, it's not good, it's a tremendous time. Sox Fest. Now, here's Paulie. Paulie went out to right field.
Here we are in the bottom of the fourth inning with 2 outs, and there's only 1 hit in the game.
Yeah, but we got it.
That's the leadoff single by Pierre.
This Kansas City team covers that fastball pretty well. This goes to show you Gavin's been getting his breaking stuff over. They don't cover that too good. 5 strikeouts for Gavin.
Now you would think Paulie'd have the 3-0 green light.
Get it.
I don't know, 2 outs?
Hadn't seen it all year, have we?
Yeah, he had him done.
I'm talking about with Paulie.
No.
And there's ball 4. So here comes AJ. Yeah, we saw it the other day in Kansas City with Adam Dunn, and he got an RBI double. Wow, how about that? AJ went out to center field. Breaking ball inside.
Taking Alex, looks like into the locker room.
And Sox fans, get ready to shop. Our brand new state-of-the-art team store, Chicago Sports Depot, will be open in November. That's featuring all pro sports teams, Big Ten, and the College Corner. Chicago Sports Depot has a perfect gift for the sports fan in your family. We'll tell you more about it after the pitch. Maybe not. That'll retire the side. And we'll go to the fifth. Subway will just be the 500 texture to text Subway to 97999. 97999. So go to WGNTV.com for complete info and rules.
Van Viciano comes in the game to play right field, which will shift Alejandro Diaza to center field as Alex Rios leaves the game. We're going to take a closer look at the bumps and bruises.
And we'll continue on with that. Sox fans, get ready to shop because our brand new state-of-the-art team store, Chicago Sports Depot, will be open in November, featuring all pro sports teams, Big Ten, and a College Corner. Chicago Sports Depot has the perfect gift for the sports fan in your family. 15,000 square feet and 72 monitors will make a great adventure and plenty of holiday gifts. Visit WhiteSox.com for more information. Here's Hosmer. Curveball strike. He hit a curveball slowly down to Konerko, who fed Gavin Floyd cover. 0-2. Year-old rookie. He gone. Might be the way to get him. The only way is slow low and hard high.
6 strikeouts for Gavin Floyd.
As aggressive as he is, you don't want to throw him strikes unless you have to.
That curveball down and into the left-handers has been just absolutely unhittable today.
So here's Salvador Perez. There's a lake outside of his hometown, Valencia, Venezuela. Big lake. We used to go water skiing, and we used to call it skiing with the crocodiles. They would tell you don't go to this particular part of the lake down at the end.
A lot of incentive to stay up on your skis.
That's exactly what it does. You just keep high and you see them. It's nice play by Alexi. You see him over on the bank. So here's Moustakas. Struck out.
Perez got pretty decent speed for a catcher because he made that pretty close.
No, he's a good-looking young talent. Receiving the ball, throwing the ball, swinging the bat, running. We talked about it in spring training how Kansas City's probably got the best young talent in the big leagues. Except for pitching. High pop up. Gordon. And that'll retire the side. We're halfway home, scoreless.
Depth shot of the game, and it's the 1981 Chicago Sting soccer team. It's the 30th anniversary of them winning the North American Soccer League Championship. So congratulations to Lee Stern and all of those folks.
Definitely. As here's Viciedo. Tank making his first plate appearance, hitting in Rio spot. And that's out of play. Diane at 273, a homer. He's driven in 5. They won that championship playing in Comiskey Park. Nice American soccer.
And Chicago White Sox baseball in high definition is brought to you by Xfinity, only from Comcast. So excited about that Sting championship, I forgot that.
The 1-2. Hard hit off the glove. Off the glove. And a nice recovery right there. That's the second nice play Mendoza has made.
I think he felt he should have had it the first time, but having missed it, he hustled over and made the play. That was a pretty big effort by Luis Mendoza, because this ball bounced way away from him. Hustles to it, gets it there in plenty of time.
Here's Adam Dunn. He struck out. Called that on the backdoor slider. That's the pitch that got him. That's low. And a reminder, you can lower your home electricity rate with Constellation Energy. Check your Sox game card for an additional 5% off their fixed price. Visit home.constellation.com today to learn what you can save. Change up. Can't throw many of those.
Hasn't had to. He's actually making his fastball move two different ways, cutting it somewhat, and then sinking it.
Now what he's done for me that you like from a baseball standpoint is he's busting all our right-handers inside. And there's ball 4. A bit of a Bronx cheer, and that'll bring up Alejandro. Piazza struck out. Yankees leading Boston 6-2, top of the 7th, first of a doubleheader in the Bronx. Detroit was trailing Baltimore. It is now 9-3 Tigers, bottom of the 7th at Comerica Park. Cleveland will be going tomorrow to finish up their season. And there's a duck snort. Yes. Second hit of the game. One by Pierre, now one by Diaz.
Cuts that fastball inside. Alejandro breaks his bat, but able to get enough of it to get it over the head of Chris Getz.
Minnesota yesterday was leading Cleveland 6-0. Going to the bottom of the 6th inning, Indians scored 5 in the 6th and 2 in the 7th to win it. They swept that doubleheader. That's inside. Grant fouled out to his counterpart, Moustakas. He's got the catbird seat. 2-0 the count. And that's Jam City. 2-1 to count. Bottom of the fifth in St. Louis. Cubs leading the Cardinals 1-0. Now the 3-1. Right here, Brent. It's full.
That one had good movement sinking down and in to Morel. Trying to do something to hit that ground ball to the left side.
There it is. Rack them up. And we'll go to the sixth. Couple of guys out there pitching their behinds off.
One of them has a no-hitter, and that's Gavin Floyd, who's been absolutely brilliant. The best play of the day. Alex Rios had to leave the ball game after catching a ball in right center field, but Gavin has been absolutely untouchable.
Lower third of the order, Kane, Getz, and Escobar. Little spinner strike. 0-1. Renzo struck out on a curveball. One and one to count.
I don't think Lorenzo covers the outside corner very well on either a slider or a curve, and either one would produce a second strikeout of the game for him.
Lays off of it. 2-2.
Pretty impressive numbers so far for Gavin Floyd. Just the one walk, that leading off the game to Jared Dyson.
Lays off that one, full count. breaking balls. Go 3-2. Lines that one into right field, and that's going to be a base hit. So you can cancel a post-game show.
He went to one more slider. That one stayed up. Kane able to get the end of the bat on it, so a subdued round of applause for Gavin Floyd. He took a no-hitter into the 6th, and as you can see, that one didn't break very much.
Here's Chris Getz. He also struck out on a curveball down and in. We've seen a lot of 3-2 breaking balls this year, and 99% have been get-me-overs. Morel then on the grass. 0-1 to count. Former Sox second baseman. Hitting at .254 on the season. No homers, 26 knocked in. Yes, and his playing time's picked up 21 stolen bases in 28 attempts. Count evens at 1. Milwaukee leading the Marlins 8-1. Bottom of the 4th at Miller Park. Buku had a heck of a year.
93 and 65 coming into play today.
Nope. Close.
He was going, but he read that one. And sometimes base runners will be able to do that if they see a catcher move out a little too quickly, or if they notice a pitcher doing something unusual. And Kane was pretty much on the way and decided to get back, and he just barely got back.
So 2-2 the count gets. And that curveball laced right back through the middle. So trouble brewing. Goes 5 without giving up a hit. Now here in the top of the 6th. First 2 men aboard with base hits.
You see it so often, and it happens a lot. When a guy takes a no-hitter through 5 innings, then gives up 1, he invariably gives up a run in that next inning, sometimes more than 1. Let's hope he can get out of this one.
Here's Alcides Escobar. Struck out, but reached on a wild pitch. The curveball. That was the 12th wild pitch of the season for Gavin. By far tops on the team. As the bunt, goes through it, and the count 0-1.
Escobar has 17 sacrifices this year.
They'll get the job done. Sacrifice 5-4. There's Jared Dyson, the leadoff hitter.
Make it 18 sacrifices, and it's a beauty. Bring the infield in at all 4 positions.
Dyson has walked and bounced back to Floyd. And that's a fair ball. So Kane gets scores on the double by Dyson, and it's 2-0 Royals.
I've seen it just happen over and over again. For some reason, you lose that no-hitter, the air goes out of the balloon. And before you know it, you make some mistakes. And the first 2 runs batted in of the year for Jared Dyson.
That'll bring up Melky Cabrera, who has hit into a 3-6-1 double play, and he's gone out to center. St. Louis has tied up the Cubs at 1. That's going to the 6th inning. It was 2 games behind Atlanta, where they're trailing. The Braves are trailing Washington 1-0. Bottom of the 6th in D.C. The Cardinals might have a shot. They're going to wind up the season last 3 against Houston, while Atlanta's going to be hosting Philadelphia. And that's hit foul. Phillies on an 8-game losing streak, so you know they're going to bring out the 18, try to get back on a roll before the playoffs.
You would think they wouldn't want to have this kind of streak going into the playoffs.
No.
However, I think they were going to break it today. I'm liking their chances.
That's into left center. Here. 2 down.
Phillies leading 9-0 over the Mets. About hit them 15-2.
The good doctor. 18-6, 2.36 ERA on the bump.
Think that's enough for him? I think maybe when they got to 2, it was enough for him.
I saw Roger Clemens with a 9-0 lead. And I said to my partner, you can wrap this one up and send it to Cooperstown. He never got out of the 3rd. Ate him up right there. But the 2 singles by Kane and Getz, a double by Dyson. It is 2-0 Royals.
By the Illinois Lottery Mega Millions and Powerball. Tuesday's Mega Millions jackpot is worth $96 million. And Wednesday's Powerball jackpot is worth $37 million. Why don't you try to win them both?
Now just let me know before you take your wallet out.
Well, I'm looking at when it gets to 120. I'm going to let you build the pot until it gets to 120.
That's what I am. I'm a pot builder and a field filler. We got to get some runs, boys. Come on. Gordon went out to left field his first trip. 2-3-0 for them, 0-2-0 for us here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Now look at this way. Somebody's got to build up those nice pots.
It's true. It's turned into a pretty decent day here.
A beautiful day here in the city. Beautiful. Mendoza, if you're just tuning in, has been moving the ball around. Certainly not pitching like a 5 and 9 guy. Ball hit hard, right to Escobar. That's a hang Wolfham for Beckham.
Still believe the way he's thrown in his 2 starts this year in the major leagues, both Detroit and this one today, that he's young enough to actually have a chance. Now, he came in with an ERA around 8 in his various shots at the major leagues, but you look at his stuff and his command of it and the fact that he can make the fastball move 2 different ways, and you wonder why he hasn't stuck before this point.
Well, again, it tells me that he hadn't been pitching inside. You'd have to think that he's going to be doing the same thing against us. As there's a nice play by Escobar and a beautiful pick by Hosmer. Hosmer can pick it over there.
He can pick it with the best of them. The play by Escobar. Not many shortstops get to this in the first place, and once they do, this one hop throw beats Juan by a full step. This is a terrific play on both ends.
You got to figure you're not going to beat the Tigers with that right-handed hitting they've got over there unless you pitch inside. And he's been doing that to our right-handed hitters, busting them in. So maybe before he was trying to go away.
Could very well be. I like the movement of the ball. When he keeps it inside, the ball really bores in on the right-hander, in and down.
And yes. Down. He gets that tilt on it. Gets it off the bat. They're not going to get that one. So Alexei now 1 for 3. And they'll give Paulie a chance. Paulie is 0 for 1 with a walk.
Southpaw has the giveaway today. Got to keep the top of that gigantic head warm.
I got a friend down in Winter Haven, Florida, got a head bigger than that. Drew Gillen. His nickname is Mardi Gras. I told him, I said, you can float that thing in New Orleans, man.
That's a substantial size head.
Yeah. Makes Bruce Bochy look like Eddie Goodell.
I'm not sure how they find one of those giant hats for Bruce, but they do. There's one of the better managers in baseball you hear absolutely nothing about.
Isn't that the truth? He is the most under-the-radar good manager in the game.
And he won the World Series last year, and he still doesn't get any acclaim.
It's amazing. He is, without question, the most under-radar manager, good manager in the game. You got a lot of other managers get a ton of ink. They can't manage a lick.
True.
One and one to count to Paulie. Watch out. He wanted to pitch him inside, but he didn't want to hit him. But Occasionally, if you're going to pitch inside, one's going to get away and you are going to hit somebody.
Paul is muttering to himself. He goes down.
Got it right in the elbow.
That one didn't feel too good.
No.
Even though he has a pad right on the tip of the elbow, that one hit above the pad. It's still singing to him a little bit.
One thing about Konerko, he will play in pain. We've had some guys in a White Sox uniform that play in pain.
You see that? You see what he's got on the left elbow?
Not already? Yeah.
Take a look at that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hadn't seen one of those in a while.
No.
Been a long time.
I think he's got a robin's egg under there. Well, Hermie will grab it and smooth it out for him.
He'd rather get hit again. Come on, AJ. AJ is going out to center and hit into a 4-6 fielder's choice. J.J. Shearer, Tim Shearer, Ed Fernandez, George. They're picked to click today. Great folks at Ditka's. Two and one. Probably looking at that mouse right there.
It's going to keep on swelling. I don't see that going down anytime soon.
I would say there's a good chance he probably will be coming out and get some treatment on that. Most of the time, those things look a heck of a lot worse than they are. Had a few of those, not on my elbow. Underneath my eyes.
Underneath the eyes?
Yeah. Two on, two out, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here in the bottom of the 6th, we trail it 2-0. That's out. Viciedo on deck. I would dearly love to win the last 4 and finish up at 81 and 81. Talent on this ball club to finish under 500 or at 500 even. It's just, to me, it's just unbelievable. Unbelievable. As he's out, down on first. And that'll retire the side. Herm Snyder. Paulie wouldn't come out. Still got the mouse on that elbow. There it is.
Yeah, the longer he stays away from Herm,
well, that's what scared him back out on the field.
The longer it'll be that he won't have to face those prongs of life.
Here's Hosmer. He's grounded back. Check that, he's grounded to Paulie, with Gavin covering at first, and then he struck out. One and one to count. 2-3-0 for them, 0-3-0 for us. There's a good strike.
One of the better fastballs that Gavin has thrown put it right in the middle of the outside corner.
He was all over it underneath it. That was the 97th pitch. And a reminder, first 25,000 fans at each game will receive a Dick's Sporting Goods game card worth $10 off any purchase of $50 or more. Dick's Sporting Goods now with 19 convenient Chicago area locations. Remember, every season starts at Dick's. The 2-2. Yes, he did. He gone. Could not lay it off. 7 strikeouts now for Gavin. Again, hard high, slow low might be the number for Hosmer.
Well, the only problem is not a lot of guys around will have that curveball that Gavin has.
There's only 2 in this league.
Scouting report, Koufax got him on a curveball. No kidding. where am I going to find one of those?
Yeah. Well, Sandy's just as we've talked about. He was the luckiest pitcher ever stepped 2 feet on the face of the earth. Because every time he wanted to pitch, the other team just didn't feel like hitting that.
That's what happens.
Perez, another souvenir, and the count 0-2.
On the way for Gavin Floyd.
And pitch number 101. He gone. 8 strikeouts for the 6'6" right-hander. Now you can see why my partner Steve won the Cy Young one year, because he was one. He could get the curveball over anytime he wanted to. You can do that, you're going to win some games.
Stay ahead of people and throw curveballs like that out of the zone, because if you're behind them throwing pitches like that, they just look at it.
Here's Moustakas.
Washington has opened up a 3-0 lead on Atlanta. That game in the bottom of the 7th inning.
So St. Louis still tied at 1 after 6 against the Cubs. 3-0 the count.
I would think with Kane up next, they'd give Moustakas a 3-0 green light. But it won't matter.
Second walk issued by Gavin. That one was to Jared Dyson leading off the ball game. So here's Kane. He singled into right field to start off last inning and scored. That was the first hit that Floyd had given up. Out of play right side. Lorenzo Cain. And that's into right center field. That's a can of corn for Tanks. He's got it. 7th inning stretch. It is 2-0 Royals.
And games around Major League Baseball.
Seattle, Dunn, and Diaza here in the bottom of the 7th as we trail it 2-0. 2-run double by Jared Dyson. Diminutive little outfielder. Tanks has been in the plate one time, hit the ball very hard off the glove of Mendoza, who raced over, picked it up, and threw him out. Breaking ball high. There's a chopper to Hopper. So 1 out. That'll bring up Dunn. Adam has struck out and walked.
Stucker's got a pretty good arm over at third. And it's pretty tough to throw anything by Hosmer in the dirt at first.
Yeah, he's going to make all those infielders a little better. That's all he does for our guys.
No doubt.
Takes that pitch down low. Yankees leading Boston 6-2, bottom of the 8th in the Bronx, first of a doubleheader. Gave him a feed. Nice play. Got some range.
He didn't really have to go all that far. He's now realizing that because of the shift they had on, that ball would have been right at gets.
Well, that's the fine line. The first baseman has to make a determination. He got to know where his second baseman is.
And in a shift against Dunn, you know that he's pretty close to you on the right side.
Tom Kelly, TK, former manager of the Minnesota Twins, and now front offices. There's another nice. This guy feels his position pretty well, and that didn't take long. 1, 2, 3. We'll go to the 8th.
Dyson two-run double in the 6th provided all the scoring. Mendoza's been brilliant through 7 innings. 3 hits and no runs. Gavin Floyd had a no-hitter through 5. Visit your local Honda dealer today to test drive the 2011 Honda Cross Tour. Available with 4-wheel drive.
Chris Getz. Check swing on the down and in breaking ball. Chris is 1 for 2. A base hit back in the 6th and a run scored. The 0-1 pitch. And they'll make it 0-2. I was talking with Tom Kelly. We're talking about basic fundamental baseball. Baseball 101. Why the Twins have been such a champion of that. Is he gone? That didn't take long. As you take another look at, that's the 9th strikeout. Gavin. TK was saying they work on the grass part of the infield. Said more games are won and lost in that area than any other place on the diamond. Right, the grass part, right around out in front of the mound, to the right, to the left. And that's where they really, really put time in spring training. as we talked about, like the Orioles used to do on that little half diamond down in Miami. Orioles won a lot of ball games because of that little half diamond they had there.
Well, they defended every bunt perfectly. They knew where everybody should be on all the backup plays, all the rundown plays. Everything that happens, and a lot of it happens in the inner defense.
Well, to this day, I have never seen a team better than the Baltimore Orioles turning a situation where they had men on first and second, nobody out, a bunt situation, and putting you on the defense. Putting all the pressure on you. 2-1 to count. Escobar, who was struck out, but he reached first on the wild pitch, and then in the sixth had a sacrifice bunt. Outfield for the most part straight up. Bit of a gap out there in left center and spread out. 3-1. And that is high and deep in the left field. One. He's there. Hits the wall, makes the catch, hangs on to the ball. Nice play. Pierre. 2 down.
A couple of our guys have gone all the way back to the wall and almost through the wall to make catches. Long run for Juan Pierre. Knows exactly where he is, and with a step to spare, he catches it before he hits that corner padding.
So here's Dyson, a walk, bounce back to Floyd, and a 2-run double. First extra base hit of the season and his first 2 RBIs. And this foul straight back. Gavin on top. 1-2. He gone. 10 strikeouts for Gavin, but he trails at 2-0. trail it 2-0. Kansas City trying to pick up their 11th victory against us in 18 games this year. They have just absolutely scalded our butts.
Well, the bullpen up and going for Kansas City. Mendoza hasn't needed a whole lot of help, but he's deep into this game.
He has pitched well. He has just absolutely dominated the inside part of that plate, pitched inside to our right-handers, and made it instead of a 17-inch plate, more like a 22, 23-inch plate. That strike evens the count at 1.
I told you the bullpen was up and going. Kelvin Herrera and Greg Holland. Holland's got a good chance of being their closer of the future.
Two and one. Come on, boys. Let's get some points. And it counts 3-1. Tampa Bay leading Toronto 5-2, top of the ninth down in St. Pete. Boston trailing 6-2 in that game. Ball hit sharply down to Moustakas. Picks it up, controls, guns over, and that's out number 1.
These infielders, once the ball caroms off them, they don't panic because they all have such strong arms. All they know is they've got to locate it. If they can gun it across in time.
Here's Beckham. Going out to left and lined hard to short. There he's inside again. That's what you got to do in the big leagues. You don't have to throw strikes inside. You just got to pitch inside. And there's a base hit. Sully's happy. Win and Grace. And let's take a look now at one of our great fans. Almost at every game. Missed it in the last couple of days, but before the game he took the lineup card out. George Jacobs, Windy City Limousine. What a great fan he is. So here's one. He's 1 for 3. First and 30. Nope, watch out. So a little soft line drive. So 2 down. Yeah, there's no reason in the world Mendoza can't pitch and be effective in the major league.
The most amazing part about it, Hawk, was that he had a clause in his contract where July 31st he would become a free agent. And anybody in the major leagues could have gotten him. And no takers. Somewhat surprising to me.
Well, again, we don't know what his pattern was before. I guarantee he was not pitching inside like this.
No, but the year, 12-5 this year with an ERA in the 2s in AAA at Omaha.
Well, somebody missed the boat, because if he pitches like this, or pitches inside like this and opens up that plate for himself with his stuff, he can pitch it and win. There's a base hit. Let's keep talking about how good he is. Maybe Paulie will hit a 3-run homer.
And maybe Ned Yost will. No, he won't. I thought he was going to leave him in again just to
See if he could wend his way through this 8th inning, but he went with him a long time.
Now Pauly. All right, so Luis Mendoza pitched himself a whale of a ball game. He'll depart with 2 on, 2 out here in the bottom of the 8th inning, and we'll be back.
On 184 on for the 46th time. Not asked to save too many games with 70 strikeouts. Just 18 walks in 58 and 2/3 innings. Ned Yost went a long time with Mendoza, leaving Holland no margin for error against our best, Paul Konerko.
Pauly. So I was hoping Mendoza would stay in there because Pauly got a little score to settle with him. And we'll show you why. There's a base hit. So here comes Gordon. Alexei is going to stop that third as Pauly goes into second, and it's a 2-1 ball game. Paul Konerko, RBI number 105.
First ball fastball. Whether it's 96 or 106, first ball fastball out over the plate, not going to get it by him. Now not only the tying, but the go-ahead run on base.
And they're going to put AJ on. Get to Viciedo. And of course, with that double by Konerko, safe at second, safe and secure, New York Life. All right, we're going to show you now why Pauly had a little score to settle. This was his last at bat. And watch, look at that bump on there. Look at that mouse. He would not come out. Epcot tried to get him to come over, and Pauly wanted to settle it up. What a year he's had. Wow.
31-105. And got that batting average of over 300 again. At or over 300.
Without him, we would be buried this year the way things have gone in last place. So here we go. Sacks packed with Sox. Here is Tanks. Takes a breaking ball strike. He's been to the plate twice. Hit the ball hard back to the Mendoza in the 5th, and then grounded to 3rd last inning. Oh, and 2 the count. Now he's got a big strike zone. Much bigger than when he first stepped up to that
Well,
dish.
it could also very well be. Look, Holland's got a terrific curveball. He also has 7 wild pitches. So there is a whole lot of pressure on a 21-year-old catcher to make sure nothing gets by, because that's a tying run 90 feet away.
And that's going foul. And the Yankees have defeated Boston 6-2 in first of a doubleheader, and Toronto was beaten by Tampa Bay 5-2. So as we speak, the Rays, I should say, are 1/2 game back of the Red Sox in the race for the wild card.
John Lackey goes to the mound tonight with a 6.49 ERA against Ivan Nova, who's 16-4 for the Yankees.
It's possible Tampa Bay could be tied with Boston in the race for the wild card, but just underneath that one. The Red Sox will finish up the season in Baltimore, while the Rays will be hosting the Yankees. Come on, Tanks. He is looking for it, got it, and just underneath it.
Holland reached back, got 97, but wasn't enough to get it by.
No, he was all over this one.
You would think he's going to that hook.
Checks it up. He did not go. And a good stop by Salvador Perez. $22,018. Got him. And that'll retire the side. We'll go to the 9th. It's a 2-1 Kansas City lead.
schedule. Tomorrow night against Toronto on CSN. Tuesday night against Toronto on WCIU, both at 7 p.m. And then Wednesday afternoon, the finale at 1 p.m. on CSN. The Lincoln upcoming schedule.
And the count 0-1 to Melky Cabrera leading off here in the top of the ninth inning. Royals lead it 2-1. Checks it up, fouls it off.
And Matt Thornton in the game. 2-5, ERA 3.5, on for the 60th time.
And they got a good piece of AJ right there.
Right off the knee.
Yep. Little high neck in. And the count 1-2. Cabrera 0 for 3 today. Very unusual for him against us. So a full count.
Last thing you want to do is walk a good base runner in a one-run game in the ninth.
He gone. Gas at 97. That's the 11th strikeout. Gavin pitched well. Gummit.
He went 8, gave up 2 runs on just 3 hits. Unfortunately, all in the same 6th inning. Walked 2, fan 10. Nice outing.
That ball's crushed. Up back line drive by Butler, 2 down.
That's the second time he's absolutely scalded the ball today. He hit the ball that Rios caught in the 4th inning. Rammed into the wall and had to leave the game.
So that'll bring up Hosmer. He's 0 for 3 today. Gavin has pitched a lot better than if we lose this game. His 12-13 record is going to show. Threw that one right by him. Oldest Kansas City ball club to 3 hits, and you pitch well.
Exceptionally well. The way they've been swinging the bat.
1-2 the count. This is a guy that we're all going to enjoy watching play over the years. He's going to be a good one. Eric Hosmer. He gone. That slow low got him 3 times today. Meanwhile, we'll go to the bottom of the ninth. Dunn, Diaz, and Morel.
Konerko, RBI number 105. This driving in the only Sox run of the game to this point. Paul Konerko, our 4th drive of the game.
Adam Dunn will lead it off. He is 0 for 2 with a walk. First pitch strike. Hit at 96 from Holland. Quickly, 0-2. Through the wickets. And make your plans to be with us starting tomorrow night. Last 3 games of the season. Dylan Axelrod against Dustin McGowan. You know, on Tuesday, hopefully it's not, but it could be the last start in a White Sox uniform for Mark Burley. As got him. 1 out.
Adam looks down at Jerry Meals and says, where was that?
Mark Burley on Tuesday night. The final game of the year on Wednesday afternoon. Philip Umber against Brandon Morrow. If you can't make it to the ballpark, tomorrow's game will be over Comcast Sportsnet. Tuesday, WCIU. And Wednesday on Comcast Sportsnet. So here's Diaza. First pitch strike. Alejandro is 1 for 3. Curveball misses. One and 2. Gap out there, big gap in right center. 2 down.
3 strikeouts in a row for Holland.
Well, Paulie got him on first ball fastball. Paulie was looking for it, got it. He does what he does well.
You're not going to hit him. You're not going to beat him on that curveball.
Well, for all the youngsters out there, as we were talking earlier, if you're not a hard forward, you can get a curveball over. You can pitch in the big leagues. As if you're a hitter, if you can't hit a curveball, but you can cover the fastball, you can hit in the big leagues. There's a curveball strike.
He's got 96, 97, and that curveball.
Well, as you said, he's got a good chance to be their closer of the future.
There's no doubt.
And the count 0-2. Brandon's 0 for 3 today. 3 ground balls. So check that. 2 ground balls and 1 pop up to third. That's up high. He gone, and this ball game is over. And we'll be back.